Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special presentation of the Let's Go Off-World podcast. This is a Legion's Quest, a Dungeons & Dragons game based in the, unofficially, in the land of Mythoss. I am Joe G, the game's Dungeon Master. I'm surrounded by the real superstars of this adventure. My players, Jesse, Curtis, Trevor, and Nate. How's it going, guys? Everybody doing good?
It's going good.
Great.
Mm-hmm. I killed some people and I didn't really die.
You weren't unconscious a lot, which is...
I was unconscious for one, but I killed some people.
Right.
I was confused. I thought you were talking about like real life for a minute. I'm like, wow, bold choice to come confess that on a show.
Well, yeah. I mean... Wouldn't be the first time, Jesse, honestly.
We don't talk about that here. Yeah,
that's right. There was a Netflix special years ago. Don't look it up.
The official body count for the season, we've got 8 for Gradduk, 5 for Ferr, 2 for Cam, and 2 for Eénsek. So,
all right. Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've knocked out the most teeth.
That's true.
We got to start keeping
most fireballs.
Assist points too.
This is the team effort. We share kills. We share kills here.
Apparently not.
Well, there's different points of view. So, but to get us caught up on where we finished off last time, Jesse, you have a recap for us, bud?
Yes. In episode 5, we called it Gradduk's Gauntlet, as our crew was assaulted by this glowing hag coming out of the ring in the wagon. She started to suck our life essences out, and we were saved by a what we believe to be some sort of avatar or personification of the great beast Xylona herself, or some representative of hers. And it forced the hag back into the ring. We did some investigation and learned it was a ring of essence stealing. And Cremone, the bodyguard, or the manservant that we are escorting to deliver this ring to Lady Belush's daughter, became very upset and starting to put some things together in the family timeline, and is not feeling well about what's going on with the people he serves. A couple of the guys, the crew, take some rest as we move along in the early morning, and we encounter 5 orcs blocking the road, and one of them, female, taps her spear on the ground, points at us, and calls out, "We've come for the coward of Red Rock," which Gradduk responds to her by calling her beerish. Says, "I'm not going with you now, but if you come with us on our mission, I'll go with you after." And then a fight breaks out, in which we narrowly escaped, and unfortunately, Gradduk lost his new favorite piece of jewelry, the severed hand of the guy from the previous battle, and she picked it up and said, "If he wants this back, tell him to come see my father." And that is where we wrapped up, and we did take a short rest between sessions. So.
All right, nice. Excellent.
Good wrap up.
And Joe has power back. So
yeah,
that happened too.
Yes, I do. So that was there were range fires, not even close to where I'm at, but where the fire comes from. And they decided that the fires might reach some power lines that were going to be dangerous. So they just decided to cut the power to a large chunk of northern Nevada. So I was fortunate enough to be in that block. Also, it wasn't as dark as it appeared. When I switched to my phone, I had the front camera on. So you guys were just looking at my desk with my phone laying on it.
Wait. I got it. So the fires, they shut the power off because the fires would cut the power off?
Yes.
So they cut the power off preemptively so that the fires wouldn't cut the power off.
Wouldn't cut the power off.
Instead of letting you keep the power until maybe possibly.
Yes. And the fires didn't get to the power lines. So
in those drier areas in the west, those power lines can start further fires. So, like, if the fires had gotten to those power lines, it could have made the fire. Because a lot of those fires out there start because of really poor tree management around the power lines. So
it's a good thing there's not a wizard out there casting fire bolt at anything.
Well, if you'd rake your forests, people, you really need to rake.
I think that there might be a wizard in California that's doing that because those poor guys have fires all the time.
Yeah,
we're not big on trees here. We're mostly a sagebrush country, so
lots of purification, cleansing.
Yeah.
Sand, dust.
If you don't clear the trees,
one more point of clarification. Also, the term manservant. Is there a woman servant? Like, I've never heard the term woman servant.
Yes, but it means something completely different in that context.
I believe that is a lady in waiting, or
concubine.
No, that might be what Joe's talking about.
That's what Joe's talking about.
All right, before we get in more trouble.
So there will be times
Bunny Ranch
during this game that the race of humans are referred to as men. It is meant as a gender neutral term and not meant specifically dependent on your genitalia. So, I mean,
or whatever.
Okay, then.
All right. So let's play these orcs.
Play some D&D.
All right.
These orcs.
That was preemptive, just in case I misspoke in the near future. That people would understand that I meant it as gender neutral.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So the dead orcs that remain, you guys are able to loot them. They have 112 gold pieces on them between the whatever it was, five of them.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Beerish was the only one that survived, right?
Yeah, she's gone. So her loot left with her. So there's four orcs that you killed, 4 orc warriors. Between the 4 of them, they had 112 gold pieces.
So 28 a piece, if you want to add them.
1 Andar gem that's worth 30 gold pieces, and 1 bloodstone gem that's worth 50 gold pieces.
So with that kind of stuff, can we sell it on the spot, or we got to carry it with us and sell it at some point?
You have to carry it with you and sell it at some point. Yeah.
Who's keeping inventory on that stuff?
A bloodstone worth 50 gold pieces.
And who's carrying that?
Cam's gonna carry the bloodstone.
Sure,
I don't think so.
Why not?
Can we just put them in the box with the box inside the box?
I think we need them.
I think you put them wherever you want, but it's still going to end up with Cam at some point.
I only asked for the bloodstone.
Well, then, do you want to give us 50? Split what it's worth among us?
It was only 20, I thought.
Bloodstone's 50. Andar's 30.
I misheard.
Or are we entrusting you to hold on to it for safekeeping until we get somewhere to where we can sell it? If we chose.
Just so you all know, I haven't stolen anything yet. Mm-hmm. Everything I've collected, I have either given back or returned
above the table. What's the definition of stolen? Like the ring?
I didn't steal the ring.
You took it off the person who was carrying it. So
who might have been dead.
Okay. All right.
We're all carrying stolen items, technically.
I mean, I have no use for gems. Just give me my gold.
We're all carrying stolen property that belonged to other people.
So is that it, Joe? Everything?
Yes. Unless you want to take like the battle axes. No. But I mean,
but I do go to Gradduk.
They're not going to fetch much of a price in any human city.
Okay. So adding 28 gold each, is that what we got?
Yes.
Is that what you said, Trevor?
28. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the gem.
2 gems.
What's the other gem?
Andar stone.
I'm going to take that.
I don't want it. It sounds too close to Andor.
That's why I want it. Inventory. Is that like something I can look up, or probably not? Right?
What's
but
that?
no
like,
good
like
gear
actually
dropped off of them, correct?
How do you spell that, Joe?
Andor? I don't watch
Andor.
No, Andar is Andar.
DAR. Okay. I mean, is that something I can find, or
it's probably a real gem?
I can't seem to find it. All right, I'll deal with this. I'll deal with this later.
In the meantime, gems hold any magical properties that we should have?
No, they are normal gemstones.
They're just gemstones that are pretty and worth some money.
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right.
Some adventurers prefer gemstones to carrying large sacks of gold. So if you're carrying 200 gold pieces when you enter a city, there's no way to hide effectively 200 gold pieces in a coin purse.
And that's 20 gold, the Andor stone?
30.
30
gold, okay.
So, but gems are very easily hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Depending on their values. So,
all right. I'm gonna walk over to Gradduk and are you all right?
I want my hand back.
Well, I know it's not the hand that you found, but I did take this from one of them, and maybe it can hold the place in the meantime. It's my first kill.
I appreciate it. You can have it. I will.
Oh no! I insist.
I'm happy with my gold, and I will get my hand back eventually.
All right, it's a perfectly good hand. I go and hand it to the donkey. I don't know if it's. I think they're vegetarians.
So all right, we've looted. What time of day is it now, Joe?
I don't remember.
Midday, right?
Midday when the combat started.
I think so. Yeah. We had just taken a big rest overnight, I think, and gotten up and didn't go too far.
All right. There's about a half a day's travel left then before you would usually bed down for the evening.
I think we gather up the manservant and I forget the young gal's name.
Tira,
yes. We load up the wagon. I think we should continue. We were just stalled here for however long it was, and our mission has not wavered. We need to get to the town as quickly as possible. And on the way, Gradduk, I'd love to hear a little bit more about this coward of whatever.
Red Rock.
Coward of Red Rock. Yeah.
You got a story you want to impart on us as we travel?
I can definitely tell you the story, but the more that I think about this encounter and everything that's happened, the orc village is nearby here, and I think it would be worthwhile to go to the orc village and get this cleared up, because we may be able to actually recruit some warriors to come with us on the rest of this journey. We've had several encounters so far, been ambushed multiple times, and I think we may be able to get some people to help us.
So point of order.
Mm-hmm.
The coward of Red Rock can go where he's been ordered to go to get his hand back and recruit people to help him out. Is that what you're telling us?
People, orcs.
I am saying that the whole coward of Red Rock is a misunderstanding. It is
it's like an opposite thing. It's like calling a skinny guy tubby. Is that what it is? Is that what it is?
Gradduk is getting visibly upset. I was the leader of a great battle, and I was the only survivor. When I got back, rumors spread that I abandoned the battle and left my men to die, which is not true.
All
There
right.
are many reasons for that rumor to be spread. One is the mixed race of my heritage. Another is my quick ascension to power within the orc ranks. But it is not true. And I think that we could clear that up. If you insist on us continuing this journey, I will do it myself afterwards, but I think it could be worth our while to check it out.
I'm game.
I hear what you're saying, Gradduk. How long do you think this might take? Because again, as much as I would love some extra bodies on this journey with us, time is of the essence.
Joe, how far is the village from where we're at? Do we know that? I mean, I should know that, correct?
Yes. The travel time. So the village the orc village is an offshoot of where you're at right now. It hasn't been there for very long. I wouldn't even call it a village. It's more of a temporary camp. They're not from here. This was, well, it's a raiding camp. Let's be honest. They're moving into Etheron's territory so that they can raid human areas. You know where the camp is at. It'll take you a few days off of the trip to Rakshesh to get there, and then you don't know how long you'll be there or what exactly the chief wants with you. Considering the manner in which you left, it's probably nothing good. But you don't know.
Not to mention, we're going to show up there and just say, by the way, we just killed 4 of your compatriots.
I had forgotten how far the place was. A couple days journey. I understand you guys are probably going to feel like that's too far out of the way. Like I said,
I want to see this play out.
Well, here's what I would suggest. We continue on our mission. I'm more than happy once that's complete and we go back to Rakshesh. More than happy to go back with you to confront the orcs.
It is also only a couple days travel from Rakshesh, and Curtis, it does seem peculiar to you that the camp has been within a few days of Rakshesh for so long, and yet they haven't done anything to the town. So just knowing orcish behavior, if they had set up a war camp that close to a town, usually they would have raided it by now.
I'm gonna throw this out there. How much of a hurry were we in at this point to get this ring to this poor girl who's going to put this on? And
what we're in a hurry for is we're trying to beat Necro Anonymous's army to that town because they're there to get the sword before we can, and we're afraid of what's going to happen to the townsfolk and where we're headed. That's the real rush now.
Okay, understood.
Anyone else care to?
I've dealt with this stigma for a long time, and I just want to be done with it. So I would rather go to the orc encampment, but I will go with whatever the group says because I'm not going to abandon you on this journey. If you guys decide that you're going to go to Rakshesh, I will go with you.
It's also 2 days travel back from Rakshesh. So if you go to Rakshesh first, it's 2 days to the orc camp. So
what are we losing?
It's either a 2-day diversion or what's that?
So what are we losing? 2 days?
Yeah, it's a 2-day diversion to get to the orc camp from the path that you guys are on right now, or a 2-day travel from Rakshesh after that part's over.
So are we 2 days from Rakshesh?
You're about a week from Rakshesh.
Okay.
Cam, what are you thinking?
Trevor's doing math.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm thinking our friend here's got something to prove to his people, and sorry, but orcs are people. Or half orcs.
Half people?
Full people.
Oh. Half orc.
Cam looks right at Gradduk and she's like, I'll follow you.
Well, I mean, it sounds fun.
Isn't
that what we're in this for?
We're in it for fun.
Right, money.
I'm in it for
money.
Of course, fun. It's always fun, but I do happen to have higher motives, and that's protecting the innocent of this town against the evil. I could pull out the scroll that we found off that skeleton Minotaur and remind you what it says. If you
does it not worry you that this orc group is sitting 2 days away from the town? I mean, I understand you're afraid of Necronominus, but are you not afraid of these orcs attacking the town as well?
And what if we can gain some allies?
You have a point there. But didn't you say that they've been camped there for quite a long time and they haven't? Would there be any reason to believe that they're waiting for Necronominus to show up? Would they be in cahoots with them? Or is there no love lost between those two factions?
We honestly don't know. So...
what kind of food would they have there?
Lots of meat.
Lots of meat. To think with his belly, but
I was going to say probably nothing elven or elvish in origin. I mean, unless they're eating elves, literally.
Not a lot of bread, wine.
Do they have any mounts that you know of in the at their camp, Gradduk?
If it's like a normal orc camp, then yes, they should.
What? I have some gold.
As far as I know, orcs don't have any mounts. To the best of my knowledge, in this world, only horses exist as mounts. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
What about the dragons that we drive?
There's no
dragons. What's a dragon? I don't know. The only dragons I know of have 2 legs and walk around like people.
It's what you tie to the back of your cart.
Touche.
All right, so where are we going? My vote is the orc
Ferr?
encampment.
What do you say?
Well, I mean, I do see the positive points of gaining some allies on this mission. If they do have mounts there, perhaps we could use some of our golds and gems we just picked up to, cut some time off our trip and actually get there in the same time that it would have taken if we went straight there.
Don't discount the fun.
And we could have loads of fun.
My understanding, if I read Cremon's map right, is that from where we're at right now, it's going to take a week to get to Rakshesh. But if we go to the orc encampment, and then if we went straight there, that's a 4-day journey, which actually is quicker. So it's a shortcut. The only thing we don't know is how long we'll actually be at the encampment. So
is it a shortcut?
It's okay. So to explain that, because I see Trevor doing the math.
Doing math.
If you follow the road to Rakshesh, it's 7 days. Mm-hmm. If you get off the road to go to the orc camp, so imagine the road as
we go up here.
A U.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not a road. Maybe
the orc
right?
camp. It's only 4 days. 2 days to the orc camp. 2 days. Okay, so 7 days in a U, 4 days in a straight line.
So if we spend less than 3 days at the orc camp, we'll still get to Rakshesh faster than if we just travel the road.
So the shortest point between two distances being the
is it
basically,
unless you spend 3 days in the
but not on the road.
In the orc
little
camp.
harder travel.
Yeah, can we take our cart?
It's off the road. Yeah,
the cart can come with us off road.
You might have some difficulties with that. You're not sure. The maps don't show specific obstacles, but definitely not as easy of a trip as it would be on the road.
Go ahead.
I go over to Ferr and I put my arm around on his shoulder. I'm like, he's not going to stop talking about this hand for the entire trip unless we go here.
Why did I give him that bloody thing to begin with? I thought it was... Yeah. Okay. You guys have sold me. I say let's do it. We can potentially, the rewards quite possibly outweigh the risks. So let's do it. Let's tell Gradduk, or not Gradduk, Cremone and Kira. And tell them it might be a little rough going, but buckle up. We're going to do this. Henry's got this. We've got it.
Tell Cremone to pretend to be a mute, I would say as well.
I don't know that I have the soft touch to break this to Cremone, so somebody else may want to do that.
Cremone?
Yes.
Not so much talking, perhaps, in the next few days. All right? Good man.
I don't understand. What have I said that is bad?
That's already too much talking.
Cremone, we've found a way to get there on our mission quicker. It might be a little bumpy, but we're taking a shortcut, so buckle up.
I hope these aren't one of those shortcuts I hear about that take twice as long because of all the things that happen. Trying to do it quicker.
We don't know. We're an adventure party. We're on an adventure, so let's go.
I thought you were hired thugs.
No, thugs.
No.
That's not
my mistake then.
That's not a moniker that I
believe the term we agreed to is bodyguards.
Oh, yes, of course, my mistake.
I mean, we can turn thug if you want.
I mean, I've seen your behaviors.
I thought you were here to hold the ring. Do you want to hold the ring?
I'm fine, thank you.
Things change. Exactly.
Okay. All right, fine. I will not dispute this with you.
Okay.
As long as I'll be honest at this point. I don't know if we're even supposed to complete the task. Shall we?
Do you even want to give the ring to the daughter?
No, we're on a new mission.
So, I was around when she was growing up. She's such a nice young woman. I do not wish to see her murdered. So
I smack Henry's butt and move the wagon along and get going.
Yeah, let's go.
Henry
it was a gentle smack. It was not a mean.
That was
smack.
our short rest right there.
No, if it was a mean one, he would have kicked you. Yeah. So.
It was more of a all right, let's get going kind of pat.
Right.
And the Purple Gang are going to sample. I smacked Henry's ass.
I didn't say that.
Henry is an ass, so
he literally is an ass.
Yeah,
true.
Gradduk jogs to catch up to Henry, hands him an apple, and says, "This may get a little rough, buddy."
So he's very happy to eat the apple. When you begin to walk away, he kind of nudges at your rucksack like he's trying to grab something out of it.
So what kind of terrain are we traveling through now, Joe? Is it pretty thick forest, or what is it? Where are we?
So you guys will still follow the road for the remainder of this day before there's a clear spot for you to break off heading towards the war camp.
Okay.
So, all right. You guys travel for a few hours. Then you can see up ahead a lone figure walking on the side of the road.
Quick
yeah,
question,
go ahead.
Joe.
Sure.
Where is it? The scroll of armor. What do I need to do with that? Is that something that I need to...
Mage armor? My understanding is that you had copied that into your spell book already.
Okay. So that's good to go in terms of... It's still a spell?
Oh,
that's the spell. Yeah.
We haven't changed the day yet.
Yeah, that's the spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once you copy it over to your spell book, the scroll is destroyed. But mage armor is in your spell.
Mage armor. Got it. Okay.
So you can actually erase
I thought that was a separate thing, actually.
Or the scroll, excuse me.
Yep. Okay.
Because it's destroyed from being copied into your spell.
All right. Sorry about that.
Which, thinking about it, I wonder if they just take the scroll and stick it into the binding, and that's why the scroll isn't good anymore. Yep, all copied in. So. All right. Anyways, so there's a lone figure walking on the side of the road. As you guys get closer, you see from the rear, it looks like an older gentleman. You can see that he's bald, but with white hair on a rather bushy beard, and he's wearing monk's clothing. He appears to be carrying.
Is that you?
So, he has a log over one shoulder, with it looks like a hole has been drilled through it, and a length of rope has been tied, and he's got it slung over his shoulder. And in the other shoulder, he's carrying some type of traveling bag, bigger than a satchel, but smaller than a backpack. And he seems to just be kind of methodically walking down the road.
So we ride up close to him, and can we holler, "Hello there, traveler"?
All right. When he turns to see him, he is old. Like, he appears to be very old, probably, I don't know, in his 80s, you would guess. A lot of weather-worn features, a lot of wrinkles under his eyes, and, he says, hello, adventurers. Pardon me, hold 1 second. And he swings the log over and sets it down, standing up, and then sits on it like a chair. Oh, sorry, my back is not what it once was when I was a young man. Might I trouble you for some food for an old traveler? And he smiles.
Where are you headed, sir?
Oh, excuse me, I am on pilgrimage. I am on my way to see the statue of Rassik in the forest. It's not far from here. I've almost made it, but I misjudged the amount of food that I needed, and thought I would find berries or some other consumables along the way, but I've had very little luck with that. I'm just an old foolish man. Yes.
Do you have anything to trade for it?
I could tell you a story.
You forgot food, but you brought the log.
Well,
you have a bad back.
I brought food. I just ran out. He's human, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I always like hearing a good story.
I think we could offer up a few bites to eat for this weary traveler.
Walk and talk. Let's walk and talk.
Oh, but my feet are terribly tired. Why don't you join me? We can eat together. I'll tell you a story.
Well, or why don't you join us? Can he climb up onto our wagon and ride with us so we can keep going?
A bit of a hurry.
No, I suppose I could ride with you, and you plan to set up camp at nightfall?
Yeah. Likely.
The statue is only a short detour from here, and if it's not too much trouble for your donkey, yes, I would enjoy that quite a bit.
We're staying on a course, aren't we? He can veer off. If he wants to tell us a story, he can tell us a story, and
I think
in a mile, and then he can take off.
Offer an old man a ride and give him a bite to eat, and it's no trouble off. No skin off our backs, and
insight check.
Okay, go ahead, roll it.
What is that? Where is it? Where is insight?
Insight is a skill, right?
Right. Yep. Got it.
So wisdom.
17.
Ooh, with a 17. With an insight of 17, the old man is complaining about his feet and his back hurting, but the way that he moves is light on his feet. He's old. He's not faking that. but he's definitely not having as much trouble moving as it would seem.
I just go over to Ferr and like, I would watch this one.
Noted, duly noted. Should we let's let Gradduk and Cam in on that, that perception of yours, and
I'll tell everybody like something's amiss. I say let's hear his story, but we walk. And we walk on our way, and he can take off whenever he wants to. No riding in the cart. No, just some food and a story. And
should we offer to carry his log, at least throw his log on the cart? Not even.
No.
Okay. We toss him a snack.
Okay. What do you guys give him?
What do we have?
What do we have to give?
Trail rations.
Sure. Beef
bread
jerky?
and jerked meat. Yeah.
Jerked meat.
Oh, thank you. It's so kind of you to offer a lonely old man something to eat.
Yes. Story.
Yes. What is your name, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
I sneak him. I've got 5 rations. I sneak him a couple extras without anybody noticing. And just he puts it in his pack.
Okay.
Does he notice, or we don't notice?
You guys don't notice.
But he sees.
Does he have to do anything to like test that to see if he? Yeah,
so
or whatever. That's up to you.
I think Curtis is saying he's doing it in a way that the old man will notice.
Yes.
He grabs you by the arm, and he squeezes your arm with his hand, and it's a tight grip. He says, "Thank you for your kindness to an old man. It is appreciated." So,
and we didn't get a name. Sorry. What was your name?
Sorry. It's been so long since I've heard it. Oh yes. Tellin. There was a time that they used to call me Tellin.
Tellin. Did you be telling stories?
Never heard that one before.
Sure you haven't. Okay, walk and talk and eat.
All right.
Well, he's riding right on the wagon.
No. We have him walk.
Okay.
You guys will have to go a lot slower, though. He doesn't move at the pace of the cart. So.
Okay.
Yes. Jesse, I think you're muted.
Cam's got her head on a swivel, eyes out, looking all around from the top of the wagon, like the up top.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
She's not paying attention to the man.
Are you gentlemen aware of Rossic? Rossic of the Five Heroes?
Can't say that we are.
Are we?
If you wanted to do a history check, you could.
Do a history. I mean,
Wasn't
is it
our
going to
guild-
do anything, or is he just going to tell
Or
us?
the place that hired us, didn't they have
I'll
something?
do a history check.
5 heroes or no?
I got a 20. Dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay. So, with
Anything
the
you
history,
know?
you're aware Rossic was a warrior who was the de facto leader of the Five Heroes.
Okay.
He wasn't the leader like I'm the leader, but you know what I mean. Like parties
People
just
followed him.
Yeah, just
Okay.
somebody seems to fall into that role, and that was his
Okay.
role. He was the human warrior that was the leader of the Five Heroes.
Okay.
Yes, well, that's why I'm on my way to see Rossic. You know, the story goes that he was in Aetheros when Necronominus, or not, no. Hold on, I'm drawing blanks that I shouldn't be drawing. One second.
We got to get you some starter fluid, Joe.
You know, it's funny how that stuff works because, you know, you have all the stuff like it's like right there ready to go, and as soon as you're ready to deploy it,
of course,
powers down, you know.
Yeah.
Only a slight malfunction, everyone. When the forces of Necronominus attacked the cathedral that was defended by the Templars, yes, Rusek was in town and came to the defense. My understanding that they were using a troll to knock down the doors after the troll had rendered the doors asunder so that their forces may enter the cathedral, that he showed up and went one-on-one with the troll. A mighty battle ensued afterwards, but he killed it. He killed it and went inside. No one knows what he saw inside, but as the stories go, that he was a changed man after coming out. That whatever he saw inside, that it changed him in some way. That his faith had faltered in Aetheron.
Are you associated with the Templars, Tellin?
Oh, me? No, I'm just an old man. I'm more of a hermit, really, at this point in my life. Yes.
And so there's a statue erected in honor of Rasek that you're going to see.
Yes, not far from here at all. He was a great man, and I'd like to pay my homage to him as often as I can.
So a pilgrimage. Have you been here before?
I have, yes. Yes.
And I just whispered to Ferr, but he didn't know how much food to bring this time.
Yeah, interesting. I'm starting to pick up what you're laying down, Eénsek.
He also said that he expected to find berries and other consumables on the way, and that they're more scarce than they were in the past. So, just
okay. Can I ask what's so special about where the statue is located? Is this where Rasek died, or why this particular place did they choose to erect a statue in his honor?
Does seem pretty out of the way.
It was once a fort, a small fort that defended the road. He was a follower of Aetheron and a well-known hero. The fort was named after him, and that's why they erected a statue in his honor. Though you'd have trouble finding anything of the fort remaining. It has fallen into, well, beyond disrepair. It is pretty much gone. And the town of Rocksek, have you heard of it? It's down the road a ways. My understanding is that the people that originally founded the town took the stones from the fort to begin the construction of the town. Before the quarry was in full functioning order.
Interesting.
So there's no fort left, but the statue has no disrepair.
Interesting.
Is
I mean,
something guarding it?
No, not that I'm aware of. But I mean, every time I get there, there's moss and some vines growing on it. I clear them away and brush it off, and of course leave an offering. You know, let him know I'm still thinking about him after all this time.
So, did you know this Rasek?
You know, it seems like I might have at some point. He seems familiar, but I can't quite remember. I don't... No. That would be much too long ago. That was hundreds of years.
How old are you?
Oh, I don't know. Older than young and younger than dead.
I don't trust this man.
Yeah.
Lean over to
Can I do an insight check?
Sure. What are you trying to insight?
Why he seems like he doesn't remember a lot of his past, and I don't know if that's a facade or if that's he truly can't remember.
Okay, go ahead and roll
that. 13.
All right.
Gradduk asks him, what seems to be a matter with your memory?
He genuinely seems confused.
Okay.
I don't know. Things are just harder to recall than they used to be. I spend a lot of time alone these days, though. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Where did you come from?
Oh, and he points that way.
Above board, is there anything we can learn from this guy? No, not Joe. Like us, between us. Like I just gonna have discussion. Without being in character. Like
there may be some sort of hidden gem, but it feels like this is going nowhere.
We're wearing artifacts from the Five Heroes. We work for the Five Heroes Guild.
Right.
There you go,
I'm
Jesse.
not
That's
saying
what I'm
this
talking
is a
about.
major thing, but there's something to this guy. I don't know if it's going to be a big deal, but if the statue's right here, like I'm more Jesse is more curious than Cam is, just because
is there a way
Cam's in charge? So are we going to the statue?
Check to see if there's any sort of magic around that would be causing him to not remember, or
I can.
There it is.
Detect magic is
Jesse
a spell.
thinks that he is Rassic, and I think he is Rassic.
Are you telling us
I
that?
think he is Rassic. Jesse is saying that. Jesse is saying that.
Board, okay.
Cam is not paying attention to the story at all.
Okay, all right.
Well,
I mean, I had that in the back of my head a little bit, but it was just one of those things.
Because he went in and was changed in this temple, and he was never the same since. And this guy doesn't seem like he's the same as he used to be, even to his own mind.
So I have a Joe. Okay, sorry again. I probably asked this before. I have a ritual spell detect magic. Is that
takes about 10 minutes? The ritual takes 10 minutes to cast,
but that's still a spell slot, though, right?
No.
It's not.
Rituals don't take a spell slot. Yeah.
Oh. Well.
So,
can I do this as we're walking along?
Oh, yeah, you could.
Okay.
Before you do that, Eénsek, can Tira do anything?
Right?
Sorry.
When we came up on those bandits and stuff, didn't you have something that you could read their minds too?
It's a spell, though.
No.
That's a detect magic spell. And actually, no, wait, but that was detect thoughts. Also, it's a second level spell, so I can't even cast that. So,
but
I do have detect magic as just a regular what do you call it?
Cantrip.
It's not a cantrip. It's
ritual.
It's a ritual. Yeah, it's a ritual.
But
so what do I need to do? Is that visible? Obviously, right? I have to do something.
Yes, There's no way to hide it.
No
You'll be up on top of the wagon, moving your hands around and casting a spell.
Hang on. I'm telepathic intelligence. Increase your intelligence score by 1 to a maximum of 20. The spell's casting ability.
While he looks at that, what were you saying, Nate?
Oh no, that's detect thoughts, the second level spell. Never mind. Forget that.
Can't Tira detect magic, or is that just from objects?
She identifies.
Yeah, she can identify an object.
And that's also a ritual that she has to cast over a 10-minute period of time.
Right. And my shield is good for perception checks. That's not going to aid us in any way right now, right?
So do we just keep
perception
going along and listen to this man's story, or what do we think?
I mean, I really want to learn some more here, because I don't want to keep going with this if we're but detect magic is a ritual spell. So do I have to do anything that he would detect, or can I sit in the cart and cast this thing and just kind of...
You could get inside the cart and do it, yeah, and then just look out the window to see if anything...
I don't have to touch him or anything, or I'm just looking for...
It's all visual. It's within a certain radius that, of course, I don't recall.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just remove myself to the cart, and it's 10 minutes. So you guys keep talking, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try and see what I can see.
So we'll just kill time.
I'm out.
So he did say that the statue is right up off the road up ahead. So
weren't we going to get there by nightfall? Because why he asked us about
camping at the statue. Yeah.
Yeah. So we still have a little ways to go till we get there.
Yeah, a few hours.
Yeah. Okay. So we're walking and we're just small talking.
He reaches back and rubs his back every once in a while and winces a little bit.
Gradduk hoists him up onto the cart and says, there you go. Now tell us a little bit more about this story.
Give me a perception roll, Curtis.
17.
When you pick him up, he's an old man and seems like he should be light, but he feels about half the weight that you're thinking he should for the amount of equipment and his body size. When you pick him up and set him on the cart, like super light.
What does that mean?
There you go. Take it easy up there and tell us more of your story.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my dogs were really barking. He glances down at his feet. Oh, and he pulls off one of his sandals, and when he taps his foot, like a visible cloud of dust comes off of it. Gross. Yeah, I've been walking for some time, yes.
Well, at least you weren't putting much weight on those feet. You seem very light for some reason.
Oh, it's because my head is mostly empty.
All right. Have we killed 10 minutes here?
Oh, he's chomping away on his bread, and the meat, he tears off the piece of meat and kind of rubs it between his fingers like he's trying to soften it before he puts it in his mouth. Might you have something to drink? This meat is so dry and salty. It's almost like I'm married again.
Married, were you?
Oh, no, I'm just joking. I mean,
probably wouldn't remember it anyway.
Not that I can recall, anyways.
I think this guy's real name is Joe.
I tell great stories. Thank you very much.
No, it's a great story.
Old gray beard, maybe has been married multiple times.
Exactly. Not a good.
He has a full gray beard.
Joe, didn't you
still getting there?
You said he was carrying a log, and then what was on the other shoulder? His pack?
Yeah, his pack. It's not quite the size of a backpack, but not small enough to be a satchel. Almost haversack sized.
So when Gradduk put him up on the cart, what did we do with his log and pack?
I tossed in the cart.
Yeah, he would have set them down next to him. He had one over each shoulder. So
okay.
Has it been 10 minutes?
Did yes. I notice anything about it as I was tossing the sack up there? Anything noteworthy?
You could even glance inside of it. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a haversack, so it's like
maybe
a small backpack
down from her her vantage point and
look down. It looks like camping equipment inside of it, like maybe a bedroll and maybe a small tent, a furry blanket, things like that.
Gotcha.
So, Trevor, you finish the spell.
Mm-hmm.
You glance out the window, and so his clothes and equipment are not showing any signs of magic. But anywhere that you can see skin, his head and his hands have a slight glow to it.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like a powerful magic.
We're past the river now.
It doesn't seem like a powerful magic. Something low on the scale, but yeah.
Okay.
He's definitely emanating it.
Share that with us? Or
yeah, I'll pass it on to Ferr, and then Ferr can kind of pass it up the line. There's something shimmering on this guy's skin. So there's something here that
trying to catch her bird, Jesse.
Yep.
Well, I mentioned to you guys, I mean, we have encountered nothing but, bad folks on this journey so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of apt to believe that our luck may be turning a little bit. And as odd as Tellin may be, he may not be something.
I'm wondering if maybe he's cursed somehow that is causing his memory loss.
Well, are we continuing on to the statue? Is that what we're doing?
It's en route.
We're accompanying. Well, it's not really en route. It's off the beaten path, right?
Well, once you get,
we're about to go off the path.
Yeah. So we potentially have to camp for the night anyway. So I say we keep going. He's not slowing us down anymore, and as long as he doesn't continue eating all our rations, I say he's okay to keep aboard for now. We'll just keep an eye on him.
All right. So it takes a.
What's Tira doing at this point?
Tira, yeah, just driving the wagon.
Okay.
She seems amused by the old man. You see her when he makes his jokes and stuff, or tells his disjointed stories that don't make sense. She smiles and kind of chuckles like it's entertaining. Kermone seems like he doesn't really like him, like he's taking his old man spot.
But neither one
got one old man here. We don't need another.
But neither one appear to recognize him.
No, there's no familiarity, and
they don't feel. She doesn't feel threatened in any way. So
she seems really relaxed, but she's also 18. So
yeah,
I mean,
naive.
They're dumb.
Right.
I'm just gonna go up to him and kind of is he on the cart?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna just jump up on the cart and sit next to him. And was there ever a point in time that you could remember that you started to have be forgetful?
Oh, yes, and then I forgot.
Should have seen that coming. Actually,
I'm sorry. It's
I'm sorry. Have the lot of you never been around elderly folk before? This is not that strange of a circumstance.
Well, I mean, as an elf, we don't have a lot of old people.
Oh, I'm sure by elven standards, I'm quite young. Oh my! Such rudeness.
Have you ever encountered anyone magical?
You mean like a wizard?
That you can remember.
I'm talking to a wizard right now. I can tell by your hat.
Before me.
Oh,
I don't have a hat.
Not in recent memory. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm a hermit, so I spend most of my time alone.
You don't say.
And you don't remember how long you've been alone?
Oh, I know it's a long time, but I didn't really keep track.
When you're not on this journey, do you have a place that you stay?
Yes, my house. I mean, it's not really a house; it's more of a hut. But I live there, so it makes it my home. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And do you have any family or anyone that cares for you?
Oh no, I care for myself. I'm sure I probably had parents at some point, but I don't remember them now.
Most people do.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
The whole time he's talking to you guys, he's continuing to eat. So he finishes the ration that you gave him, and then he gets into the pack. And by the time that you guys get to where you're setting up camp for the night, he's eaten the other 2 rations.
All right. He was hungry.
That's more than Gradduk would put away in that amount of time. So, sorry, go ahead, Jesse.
I was going to say before we got to the camp, if I got directions like, oh, it's up on the left or something, Cam was going to maybe skedaddle off the wagon and maybe go try to hunt some rabbit or, something for dinner.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make
no
me
squirrel jokes.
A survival check is what I was going to say.
I was
That's
talking
cannibalism. You can't do that.
I saw his face. Survival.
I'm innocent.
Yes, survival, please.
That's a massive 4.
Damn.
You cannot seem to find any rabbits in the area. You figure the old man was talking about the lack of berries, so there must be some sort of lack of greenage, you would assume, that the rabbits would eat, so they're not frequenting this area right now. Also, you rolled a 4.
Gradduk goes off to search for apples.
Okay. It's a little cold right now, so apples would be out of season for this area. You are more likely to find them at a market where they're imported than you are in the wild.
So have we made it to the statue? I'm sorry. Did we get there? Or not yet?
Yeah, well, Jesse took off to do some hunting, and then
Okay.
you guys would have, Camellia did, not Jesse. But when Cam returns, then yes, you guys will make it to
at the
camping spot. Yeah, at the camping spot for the evening. While they're setting up camp, Jesse, you can make another attempt if you want to try hunting again.
It doesn't have to be rabbit. It could be anything that would be
a 4. Like you didn't find anything.
No, I get it.
Yeah,
I didn't. Oh my god!
You're just not finding much wildlife right now. So,
does that seem unusually odd, or it just doesn't look like a good place for animals?
It does for a ranger to not be able to find food. Does seem odd. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's something about this area that's kind of giving me a weird vibe that we can't find any animals and there's no berries growing.
Okay, so we're here. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna do another ritual detect magic in
the statue's right over here. Please come with me.
Yeah. I'm not going. I'm ritual detecting magic on this.
I'll go with you.
Statue specifically.
Show me the statue.
No, but he's going to miss out. It's a wonderful experience.
Gradduk stays at the camp as well to build the fire.
So we're not camping right at the foot of the statue?
Like a little bit away.
No, the clearing off the side of the road is where you guys are setting up camp. The statue's probably about another 30 yards from where you're setting up camp.
Okay.
You guys can see bits of foundation in the ground. Of course, it's overgrown now, but where they haven't actually dug the rocks out of the ground like that the fort was made out of. But occasionally you'll see rocks set into the earth. That was probably the foundation for it. But almost the entire place, all the stone, all the worked stone has been taken away.
Can you describe the statue that we're seeing?
Well, you're not seeing it yet because it's overgrown. So
okay,
when they go to it,
is there anything like?
Have these guys gone? Are you guys both walking with him towards the statue?
Okay. Sounds like it.
Ferr and Cam.
Cam's hunting, and Gradduk and I are going with Tellin to the statue.
Nope, I stayed at
No,
Cam. Cam is going with you.
Yeah.
Oh, Cam's coming. Okay.
And I'm casting ritual.
All right.
Detect spells.
Do our characters hear menacing music? I should therefore draw my sword.
It's called hallowed ground. I was trying to be reverential. I don't know what these all sound like.
Okay.
It's nice. I like it.
Okay. He actually, as slow as he walks normally, at this point you can tell he's excited to see the statue. He actually gets ahead of you guys a little, not far, but a little ahead of you because he's really shuffling along to get into where the statue's at. He breaks through some overgrowth and stops suddenly and goes, No, they couldn't have done this. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, no.
What, Tellin? What's the matter?
When you guys make your way through the brush to get in where he's at, you see a statue. The statue's oversized, probably standing about 10 feet. It's a man and wearing nice armor, and he's holding a shield. Oop, I came out of focus again. A shield that's
he's a little blurry.
He's a little blurry. It's a flashback to my old internet quality. He's holding a shield, and it's like it's a kite shield in a triangle shape. He's holding the top of it, and the point is resting on the ground, and he has a sword held in front of him with the sword resting on the ground, and he's standing in a noble pose set on a small dais. There's script on the dais. You can't quite see at this distance because of the time of day. His helmet is off and set on the ground, or on the dais next to him. It's part of the statue's construction, but the face of the statue looks like it has been completely clawed off, and in blood is drawn the symbol of Necronominus on the front of the statue. The old man is crying, looking at it.
How long has this been? Has it been 10 minutes yet?
Well, you're not there.
Well, no, but it's 30 feet. Are we? How far away are we?
I said
I
30
thought we were
yards.
right at the...
That's
30 yards. Yeah, 30 yards.
Probably
is it 30 yards?
Feet, right? Yeah. It's probably out. Right. You can finish. You can finish the spell and
all right,
start heading
move
in that
out.
direction.
Okay, yeah, because I didn't realize. I thought we were right at the base of it. Okay.
So have Cam and I are no, I'm by myself. I can't remember who's with me.
Yes, it's me.
Yes. So have we caught up to Tellin and to find him crying at the foot of the statue?
Yes.
Do we recognize the? Is the Necronominus symbol something enough that we would recognize, or do we need to roll like a history check?
No. Like you recognize the symbol. It's
okay.
It's
Cam immediately draws her bow and starts looking around the perimeter.
Okay. The blood is dry, so it has not been done within the last 24 hours. You know that for sure.
That's okay. I have my battle axe ready. While I put a shoulder or a hand on Tellin's shoulder, we're looking around. I'm patting him with, trying to offer some comfort.
How could they do this? I don't remember what his face looked like. I come here to remember. And he puts his face in his hands.
All right. Have I made it there yet, or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any magic detecting from the statue?
The statue itself does have a slight glow to it. It appears to be some type of preservation magic. That's probably why all the years that it's been out in the weather that it hasn't deteriorated at all.
Preservation magic.
But it obviously
it's not anything complex. Like, it's not a powerful spell. Just something to keep the weather from wearing away at the statue.
Obviously not.
Some preservation magic to preserve the statue itself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't enough to keep them from destroying it. So
yeah, that's only to keep like weather, so that the water and wind doesn't.
So nothing crazy. It's just kind of like a little
right.
A little,
that's
they got the undercoating on it when they did it. Right? Okay.
It's a good gloss coat on the outside.
All right. So I get there. I'm like, oh my, what? Whoa.
I'm afraid that Necrononymous or his what did I say? His warriors are ahead of us. If they've gotten to this point before we have, that means that they're closer
here.
Well, this was a symbol.
So, are you guys examining it closer?
Well, I'm going to take a look at it. Yeah, like I'm going to take a look around the whole statue. Yeah,
we can read the writing that's underneath it, Joe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can I read the writing?
The first thing you notice, though, written in blood, in a very fine, detailed script, it says, "The bone thrower knows you're coming and is ready for you."
Bone thrower. Okay.
Well, at least
does
it's a welcoming
does
party.
any of us know what bone thrower? Does that ring any bells to anybody?
I'd allow a history check.
Ooh, let me do that.
All of us, or
anybody who wants to.
Nope.
I'll do. Oh, you did it. Oh, okay. Well, I gotta. Okay.
You can do it. He said anyone that wants to.
Anybody who wants to.
15 for me.
All right.
25, baby.
Nice.
You smart.
Did you?
You're just gonna let them handle it, Nate?
Yeah, I got a 9. So
okay. So anybody that rolled higher than a 12 would know that this obviously is meant as a person, an individual, right? But a bone thrower is an old slang for somebody that uses bones to tell the future. So yeah, it's like divination magic.
Divination.
Using bones, throwing the bones.
Throw the bones
is a
like
slang term for using. What's that?
Like a seer?
Yeah, yeah, like a type of divination magic, seeing the telling the future from the bones. If a person throws the bones, then they're trying to use, like old magic to tell the future. Now the bone thrower is obviously referencing a specific person.
Okay. But
that's the context of the name.
Okay.
Is it nighttime at this point?
Dusk. So the sun is starting to go down, but there's still enough light that you can see.
Can we read now what's on the statue, the bottom of the statue?
Yes, there's a placard. So if you read the placard says, "We as heroes have many faults, but you will not count courage among them." Then in ancient Mercurian, it says, "Opera non verba." Then under that, it says, "Praise Etheron."
Opera non verba?
Yeah, opera non verba.
Doesn't speak something or other.
Opera is great work.
Deeds, not words, right? Deeds, not words.
Deeds, not words. Yeah.
Okay.
In ancient Mercurian, not Latin.
Right.
So, here's what we know. We're on our way to Rakshas. We know Necrononymous and his forces want to get there before we do. So far, there's been a couple instances where it seemed like people have known we were coming, but before we even were aware of this this Necrobane sword. And it seems that I could see Necrononymous's forces damaging this just out of spite, the statue, based on the history of it. But this message is something altogether different. Do we believe the Bone Thrower knows you're coming and is ready for you? Is that us? Is that Tira? Is that
I'm beginning to suspect that maybe Lady Belush didn't really want us to necessarily deliver this ring. Or at least set us up in some way here. People know we're coming. How do they know we're coming?
Yeah, I mean, we just decided to take this path and go this way.
I look at Cremone.
Don't look at me. I don't have anything to do with it.
I'm looking at you.
No.
But if they have a seer on their side, maybe they did foresee us coming this way.
I was tricked just like the rest of you.
Yeah.
Cam's going to sneak off and do a perimeter around, like, from the statue back around to the camp, like a whole perimeter check.
Nature check, please.
Much better. 18.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, scouting around, you're actually able to find several sets of footprints. More accurate bone prints, bare bone feet. They're not in fresh condition though. You know, the elements have gotten to them a little bit. If a best ranger guess is that they're probably about a week old or so.
Okay.
Headed which direction?
Does that seem more in line with the state of the blood on the statue?
Yes.
Okay.
Direction. So it would be north of Rakshesh, from a direction north of Rakshesh to and from. So like they came from somewhere near Rakshesh and headed back in the same direction. A small group of skeletons.
Like the direction of the orc camp?
No, opposite direction.
Okay.
So it seems like they came here specifically for this statue just to turn around and go back.
Yes.
So what's so special about this statue that they felt the need to do that?
Well, Etheron
it is
known
Etheron.
Adversary of Necronominus, correct?
Mm-hmm.
At least the legends I've heard, and
right. And if
in defacing one of their heroes of Etheron, it sends a message to other people. It's a scare tactic.
Well, that's what I was saying. I don't think it's anything odd that they would have come and defaced the statue.
I think it is. Last we heard they were racing to destroy Rakshesh, and now they take time to go out of the way to this statue.
Did we hear racing for Rakshesh?
Well, they were trying to.
Great song, by the way.
Yeah, this is my band name in high school. I thought they were trying to get there before somebody else. Isn't Joe? Am I remembering that wrong?
They had a plan to actually sneak in. Remember, you got the hat of disguise, so they were going to attempt to impersonate. The prevailing thought from the party, I think, was that since that plan was ruined, that they may try to just take it by force.
Could this have just been the bones we have already destroyed a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
That's the wrong print, the wrong path of footprints.
But they could have been working together.
Oh, they definitely are probably working together. Definitely, probably.
I just feel like there's more to this statue than just it's an Etheron statue that they wanted to deface. There's got to be something.
There's nothing magic about it.
Well,
that they decided to come this way to do this rather than just heading to Rakshesh.
Cam goes
to be
back
a
to
marker for other troops, or
it's safe to assume that they left that message for the four of you.
So,
giving it all away, Joe.
Gradduk has true sight, and he uses it to see if he can detect any invisible creatures or objects in the nearby radius.
Okay.
You have true sight?
Yep.
That is a really high level ability. Wow.
That's what it says. That's what it says under my passive abilities.
Wow. That is really cool. Let me just look at something really quick.
Okay.
I need to read that just so that I don't misunderstand. Where are you seeing that?
Under passive abilities, it says a monster with true sight can out to a specific range see normal and magical darkness, see invisible creatures and objects, automatically detect visual illusions, and succeed on saving throws against them, and perceive the original form of a shapeshifter or creature that is transformed by magic. Furthermore, the monster can see into the ethereal plane within the same range.
What the hell?
Okay.
Where the hell is all that?
On the side where it says senses on the left side.
Senses.
Yep, there's a underneath like the saving throws.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Is that okay? Is that all? Oh wow! Wait a minute. I don't even know this.
Wait.
Do you have true sight though? Like, because mine says true sight too, but like, I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
have it. Do I have
When
it?
I clicked on my passive investigation, it pulls that up. So,
I mean, yeah, mine says.
Well, I have passive investigation.
If you look
14.
right, a monster with true sight.
Yeah.
It's just a description. You don't actually have true sight.
oh, so these are not.
These are descriptions
abilities.
of what different things
It would be under features and trait, like, because like I do have dark vision.
Okay.
The only reason I say that is because true sight is a really powerful ability and a high level spell. Yeah. But
all right.
like tremor sense, dark vision, you probably have dark vision being an orc.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, I have dark vision as well.
Yeah, but you don't have blind sight stuff like that.
Okay, gotcha. I thought that was listing stuff that I had. So
it seems really odd actually that it's listed there the way that it is when you don't have it.
It's like
but
kind of
it's
like out of the blue.
I'm assuming it's a list of senses. Like
Gotcha.
you click on senses and it's like
trait.
Because
these are the list of.
It says special senses are described below, and then it lists blind sight.
Yeah, and it's got a
dark
spot where you
vision,
can
tremor
click to
sense.
customize, and you can, I guess, add it.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So
yeah. All right.
So yeah, you do have dark vision, but not true sight. So
Okay.
Well,
yeah,
my
and given
concern
that,
is
I'm just actively looking around as well, just making sure any kind of distance.
It's
60
the
feet
forest
out.
seems calm. I mean, there's a slight breeze, but overall, there's almost a sense of peace being in front of the statue. But right now, it's like it feels a little disrupted, almost like.
Can we clean it?
You ate something that wasn't good, and your stomach is a little upset. That's that feeling. It's not sickening like you're going to vomit or anything like that, but it's an uncomfortable feeling.
Yeah, I'm with Cam. I'd like to try and restore this.
You can clean the blood off if you wish. The face of the statue, unfortunately, has been scratched away, so the features will not.
Right, but
I want to make Tellin feel better about this.
Yeah,
as much as we can.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think Tellin, do you want to help us scrub this off?
Gradduk starts to clear off the overgrowth around it.
All right. Yes, as much as I can. If you have some water, perhaps we can scrub it away. And he starts tearing at the cloth on his robe. I'll make something to rub it off with. And he's like ripping his robe to get cloth.
Do we have anything in the cart to clean this off? Have we got potions or anything like that?
Yeah, you guys have like rags and stuff like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's upset and obviously not thinking clearly.
While we're cleaning this, I just want to share the concerns that I believe that message was intended for us. And from Cam, checking out the footprints by looking at how old this blood is, Necro's definitely got a head start on us, which actually enforces, I think, that going to find these orcs, Gradduk, is probably a good idea. Because if they know we're coming and there's a force of them, I wouldn't mind having some extra hands, if you know what I mean.
Do we still feel
not around our neck either? Just
Do we feel like that this is a safe place to camp for the night after what we've just found?
I think everything we've seen, like we've looked around, you've looked around, Cam's looked around. It seems pretty quiet and safe. So yeah, I would say.
Okay,
we'll keep lookouts as we always do.
Mm-hmm.
So do we want to arrange who's going to be on watch and what we're going to do with that?
I'll take first look out because I don't need to really.
We're not camping right at the foot of the statue, right? We're back 30 yards. We're just off the road a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind taking first watch.
So we get the statue cleaned up and we're heading back to camp and putting out some bedrolls for the night.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you guys will clean off the message that was written in blood also?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
How's Tellin feeling now? Tellin?
He seems down. His eyes are bloodshot and he kind of like, he always, as old as he was, he always had decent posture. Now his shoulders are slumped. You can tell that he's not feeling very perky.
Is there any benefit, do you think, from us saying something like, I'm afraid you had to see that, and we believe that message was intended for us?
Come around the campfire for a moment, if you don't mind.
No.
I appreciate the kindness. Very, very nice of you, all of you, to be so kind to an old man. I appreciate the food. I appreciate the ride. This is very sad that they did that to my friend. I think this will be my last journey here. I do not wish to look upon that ruined statue anymore. It is not a memory I wish to conjure again. But I will tell you this of evil. If they went so far out of their way to send you a singular message, it is because they fear you. True evil fears great heroes. That is why the message on the statue is so impactful. We all have faults. We all have weaknesses. But you will not count courage among them. Be brave, my friends. Here, I have something for you. And he digs into his sack, and he had already pulled out like his camping supplies, right? And he reaches into his sack and he pulls a long sword out of it that is too long for the satchel sack, haversack.
There are a bunch of bandanas all tied together that come out with it too.
Right. Yeah. Here. Rasik had a good friend who was a paladin. This is a sword that he used when he was young. And it's covered by a cloth right now. He pulls the cloth off, and it's probably one of the most ornate carved blades that you've seen. This is a special sword crafted by Sir Owain himself.
Ooh.
You may have it for your kindness. Yeah.
Who's he giving it to? The group or one of us?
He's offering it to the group. Yeah.
Oh. Wow. We're honored that you're bestowing us with such an amazingly historic and well-crafted sword.
Yes, there's something that tells me I may have used it at some point, but to be honest, I don't remember. But you, little one, and he turns to Camellia. I see you carrying 3 quivers of arrows, and it seems quite awkward. Here, take my haversack. I think it'll serve you better than it'll serve me.
She kneels down next to him to take it, but as she does, she's like, maybe you recognize these, and she pulls back her like the forearm of her cloak and reveals the bracers of awesome shooting.
What a great name. Really, whoever came up with that is fantastic.
Bracers of archery. That's the same thing. Well, maybe she doesn't say that so much. She just makes sure he sees them as she bends down to receive the sack.
Yes. Bellis. Forearm things. I forget what they're called. But those things. He was quite an archer, and they say that his archery was so good that it transferred itself into his bracers. Oh, yes, bracers. That's what they're called.
What was the name?
Bellis. Bellis. He was short in stature, but big in archery skills. Many a villain rued the day that their ankles found arrows.
I'm going to...
Sounds like my kind of archer.
Yes. I see the resemblance. Except for the fur. And the
maybe
breast.
you just don't remember the fur.
No, that could be it. It's been a while.
Is he still holding the sword?
He is. No one will take it. My arms are getting tired.
I'm going to go up and...
I'm a paladin.
I'm going to... Well, okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to take it and, thank him for it and then bring it right over to Tira and say, check this one out.
All right. So she'll do her identify spell. Yep. Jesse, would you like her to do that on the haversack also?
Jesse doesn't, but Cam does.
Damn it, you got me. All right. So the sword is actually a named sword. It's called the Narrow Way. Again, that is a reference to the path of a paladin. You don't have a lot of room for adjustment. You are on the Narrow Way. But it's also just a +1 magical sword. So.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds like it's a good weapon for a paladin. I think Ferr should have the sword.
Agreed.
I'd be most honored. Thank you. Thank you all. Do I have to get rid of my battle axe in place of this then?
No, you don't have to. You can use both. Just draw the weapon that you want to use in combat.
Okay.
All right.
Or I might be able to hold on to it for you if you don't want to carry it.
What's that, Cam? Sorry, I didn't hear
You might be able to carry it for you if you don't want to keep it on you.
I've got it.
And
or anything else that you might want to.
No.
Yes, Jesse. Cam will find out that Tellin's haversack is equal to what in Dungeons and Dragons would be called Havard's handy haversack.
Okay. Habards?
Havard's with a V.
Habards.
Handy
Like,
haversack.
And I'm guessing
bag of
that
holding or
hold
something
a
like
lot
that?
of arrows. Is that the thing?
Is that a bag of holding?
It's not a bag of holding, but it's along
okay.
those lines.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily out of place for me to ask Cam for a handy then.
No, I mean that was the case before the haversack, but however you guys want to adventure.
With a paw-y.
This ain't that kind of adventure.
I wouldn't
baby.
do that as a paladin.
Arrows in the ankles are a polite way of dealing with things.
She shot me in my hoof. All right.
Okay.
All right, so we is there more, or shall we camp out?
Yeah, he looks pretty tired.
Yeah.
Gradduk
he's
looks at
ready
the
to
old
go.
man and says, "You got anything for me?"
Yes. Some advice. You have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Try listening more and speaking less.
Oh, damn.
I think I've changed my mind about him. All right, so Gradduk, you're taking first watch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
All right.
sure somebody else.
Are we,
would probably
two
do
I'll
that.
take
two
second
off?
watch in 4 hours because all you need is 4 hours of meditation.
Okay. I'll stay up with Gradduk with fondling my new sword.
Awesome.
So
So you guys both are keeping watch? Okay.
Do I add that to my inventory somehow then?
Sorry, what's that? Were you asking me something?
Yeah, do I add that sword to my inventory somehow?
Yes. If you just look up a longsword +1, it's basically the same thing stat wise. It's the narrow way and it's incredibly intricate. And Sir Owain's weapons that he makes are coveted, so it's probably worth quite a bit. But functional wise, it's just a longsword +1.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go out into the woods and take a break.
Well, as I'm on watch, Gradduk does use his dark vision, which he does have.
He does have 60 foot.
To just kind of look around and keep watch.
Okay. It's a pretty peaceful night. Like, obviously there's not a lot of wildlife around, but the weather calms even some as the sun goes down. So wind's not really blowing. It's the time of year. It's been a bit cold at night, but it seems like fair weather right now. Like, you could sleep with like a blanket and not much more.
Okay.
Tellin. All right, well, I'm so tired. I wish to rest. So, just please remember, the 4 of you, through your travels, that the sun can shine even into dark places. Don't be afraid to be that light. Good night to all of you. I'm very, very tired.
Thank you, Tellin. Good night to you as well.
What was that again?
And-
The sun shines?
Do what?
What was it? The sun shines in dark places?
The sun can shine into dark places. Don't be afraid to be that light.
Lovely.
He's going to die, isn't he? He's going to Yoda us.
I was just going to say that. Nope.
He turns into a force ghost.
Ooh.
All right.
So everyone's asleep.
First
except
watch?
Gradduk and I?
While I'm meditating.
Meditating. Yeah. Okay.
All right. You guys take your watches. It's actually an uneventful night. Everything goes through.
Wait, was that an owl?
We've got enough eventful nights for a while.
There's no wildlife in the forest, but apparently there's a heckler. So
it's a boo bird.
Yeah.
Boo.
So, all right. But the night does go by without incident. So,
Okay.
Jesse,
Long
you were
rest.
writing
Take
that
your
stuff
long
down.
rest, kids.
Did you get the inscription that was on the statue? Did you want that?
I got that one.
I got that one.
Okay.
Okay.
We as heroes have many faults, but you will not count courage among them. Opera non verba. Hail, is it hail Etheron or praise Etheron?
Praise.
Praise Etheron. Deeds, not words. Praise Etheron.
And what was it? So Gradduk was you have 2 ears and 1 mouth.
We don't need
Talk
to
less.
Listen more.
You could skip that
Yeah.
part.
No, I think you should write that one down.
Share that
come
with
in handy.
Simone too, will you?
That one's not really necessary. I think he was too tired at that point. He was just not making sense.
Are we doing a second watch, or do we do both watches?
You did both watches. The night goes by. The sun's not up yet, but it's the on pre-light. Before the sun is actually all the way up. So
now we're back to full health and everything.
Correct. That is effectively a long rest. Okay. It is literally a long rest.
So we're all waking up.
Yes. You do hear Tira say, "Oh no," and it looked like she was trying to wake up Tellin, and she looks up with tears in her eyes. He's passed.
Oh no.
Mm.
Wow.
How sad. She pulls the blanket up and covers his face.
Ooh.
That was nice.
Sorry.
Dramatic.
My emotions are all over the place.
I know. I don't know what to feel.
Literally called dramatic ambiance.
Ooh, nice.
I think it'd be befitting to bury Tellin at the base of Rassik's statue and give him a proper farewell.
Sounds good to me.
All right. You guys take the time to
I'll help dig
a burial spot for him. It's easy enough to do. The ground's pretty soft here, so.
Can we make some sort of marker and write his name and some
Maybe on the log?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be crude, but should we check his pockets or something before we bury him? Just see if he's got anything else on him.
No sense in letting that guy waste.
Right?
He's wearing monk's robes. They don't have any pockets.
No pockets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything that he had was in his haversack. But, you can take his, little
cavity check?
Bedroll.
Cavity check, anyone? You doing a cavity check?
Here, it looks like he's about a quart low.
Yeah, I think we place the log there and we carve into it. Here lies Tellin. May he never be forgotten.
I was going to carve in, the sun can shine in dark places. Don't be that light. Tellin was one such.
Don't be that
Don't
light.
be afraid to
the
be
light.
that light.
Be the ball.
Said,
Whatever.
Don't be that light.
Yeah.
Look, I was reading and I looked away to look at the camera.
It might be
Okay.
awkward.
Better.
You can carve whatever you want. I was just trying to clarify.
Yes.
Whatever the message
That
Cam wants
quote
to put. Okay.
and calling him, such a light.
How about look what they did to my boy?
Brings it back around.
We're just spinning in circles, folks.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you guys can get him in the
That got really
ground.
loud. I'm sorry.
That's okay. And cover it up and without any trouble. Maybe about an hour if everybody chips in. So
Sweet.
All right.
You guys ready to start moving? Go towards the horde camp?
Is this the place where it makes sense to start heading toward the orc encampment?
near here, yes.
All right. So we pack up. We have breakfast. We pack up.
Yep.
Cam?
I'm gonna, while we're making breakfast, or getting breakfast ready, or at some point before we
Cremon's
start
making
moving again,
breakfast. Let's be honest.
Cam is going to take the bag, the haversack, and turn it inside out and shake it on the ground.
There's nothing else inside.
Okay. She puts it back to right, and
Cam is going to crawl in to the bag, and
no,
it's bigger on the inside.
It is bigger on the inside, but the opening isn't. It'd be awkward.
And she'll move all of her stuff out of her backpack into it.
Okay.
Gradduk asked Cremone, what do you think about all this with the old man?
Well, first off, he was poor, so you can't trust anything that he said. But that being said, he seemed like a good man. Well, the message he was trying to say was a positive one.
Yeah.
I hope he finds the afterlife that he wanted.
Here.
Isn't your lady rich?
Yes, very.
And do you trust everything that she says? After all we've encountered on this trip.
Well, not anymore. Yes, obviously.
Then
point,
the amount
Cam.
of coin in someone's pocket doesn't make them more or less honest.
True. More or less of a person, possibly, but yes, I suppose their honesty is not judged by that.
She slapped
Oh, you
Ramon.
were almost there. You were almost there.
A person is a person.
No matter
how
the
rich,
size.
how small, how much orc or not, a person is a person. Don't you ever forget it.
Well,
Intimidation.
hey,
Remember what he said about 2 ears and 1 mouth, Cremone?
That's an
Yeah,
18 intimidation.
but he didn't say it to me.
Well, he
He meant it for
didn't know you
Gradduk.
well enough. We're saying it
You've
to
got
you.
2 ears and 1 mouth. It applies.
Oh, very well. I suppose even short, hairy people are people
A
too.
person is a person,
Very
no
well.
matter how
Yeah.
small.
I said they were people too.
Stop.
You're all a bunch of bullies.
Go make breakfast.
Just make some bacon.
Oh, very
Call
well.
you a jackass, but I don't want to insult Henry.
That's just mean.
Right.
Don't
All right,
push it
he
too
is
far.
off
He
to
might
start
spit
making
in your
breakfast.
scrambled eggs, Cam.
I'm not eating anything he makes.
My spit is too good for her, thank
No,
you.
you weren't supposed to hear that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so close to putting an arrow through him.
All right.
Is it bad?
He goes
that I
off to
asked
start
Cremone
working
his
on
feelings just to
breakfast.
see if people would get upset with him?
I think this is wonderful. I'm learning something about everyone. That's the great thing about this role-playing game. So Cremone heads off to start making breakfast. Kira is starting to pack up the wagon, close the overhang and things like that. So, breakfast will be ready in a short time. You guys can eat, and the wagon will be packed up by then. You can head off.
All right. How are you doing with all this, Tira?
To be honest, it's all a bit much. I mean, I traveled all over with my father, but he was just a trader and tended to avoid excitement as much as possible. The time that I've traveled with a lot of you, I'll be honest, has been the most dangerous time of my entire life in a very short period of time. You seem to attract danger, though at no fault of your own. This is not a criticism, just an observation. But
no, I mean you're right, but we also know how to take care of danger when it comes along. So.
Oh yes, you're very fine at staving off evil. My compliments, definitely, to you. It is just not the environment that I'm used to. My father would pay bandits, give them our takings just so that they would leave us alone. He was a peaceful man,
Sounds a bit like a coward.
I wouldn't say a coward, but he wished no harm to come to us. He was not a mighty warrior like you are.
What was that the old man said?
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about talking out of his ass, I think. No, she doesn't say that. I'm kidding.
Sure, we're glad you're with us. We're sorry that we seem to be attracting danger. However, I wouldn't feel right sending you off on your own. So,
I've come to really enjoy my time with all of you, even Cremone. He puts on quite a show to stay at his standing, but I do not believe it. There was that battle where he came to my rescue, and it's not like he was going to fight off evil. He covered me with his own body, so I do not believe he is as pompous as he pretends to be. I think, in a way, he defends himself with words, since he cannot with his physical attributes.
Well, your skills and your wagon and your company have all been, they're all very welcome. So we're pleased you're with us.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. And it is my pleasure to continue to make potions for all of you. Hopefully I can do my part to keep you all alive.
Likewise.
All right.
Okay. I think we should head out, folks.
All right. You guys set out on the path. Now, getting off the road, it's not treacherous terrain, but it's not a well-constructed road like the one that you've been on. So you'll occasionally have to stop and like one of the wagon wheels will get stuck in the mud. You'll have to help Henry, move the wagon along and things like that. But it slows things down, but still you're able to continue. So the 2 days go by without anything major happening.
Damn it.
And you these are the same people that everybody watching at home that were complaining about not getting to Rakshesh fast enough and now want an encounter every night.
Joe, I have a taste for blood now.
So, all right. So you're going to fit right in with the orcs. I see that. Okay.
Yeah, I guess I should shut the fuck up. You might be in trouble.
All right. Kills under his belt.
So you guys come to a clearing on the third day, about midday of the third day, and you can see that the walls of a fort that have been constructed out of trees, they've been cut down and cut to spikes on the top. You know, it's just a round war camp. There are big double gates out front being manned by orc warriors. The flag of Aerithir flies in the camp.
Are we keeping a distance? We're like
right now, yeah.
Okay, I don't think we should like run up on this thing or even make ourselves known yet.
It's up on a little hill, you know, not
so we can
like
see it, but we're a ways away.
Yeah, you're still in the trees. They've actually cleared all the trees around the camp so that there's no way that, you know, you can approach the camp hiding in the trees.
But we're still in the trees?
You guys are still in the trees, yes.
Okay.
They can't.
Yeah, I think we do a little planning before we just walk up to this place.
Yeah, the Aerithir flag has me very uneasy.
Okay.
Coming from Xylona's flock,
what's our play here?
Gradduk.
I know they're not very happy with me right now, but at least I am part orc. So I think it would probably be best if I went in first, just to kind of assess the situation.
Well, how about this? I've got a hat of disguise. I disguise myself as an orc. And we both go in.
I like it.
I also thought, but this is going to take a bit of a subterfuge and could get us in trouble. What if I pretended I was one of the people that was supposedly slaughtered with you, but you found me and I can vouch for your heroism?
I'm eager to clear my name, but not by lying to my fellow orcs.
Just a thought. I still think I should go as an orc, though.
I think that's probably a wise idea. Maybe, you know, Cam can't get into the camp, but maybe position herself in a way that she can kind of oversee some of what's going on in case we get into trouble.
She's stealthy.
Is that something that's possible, Joe, based on the terrain and how it's set up?
Climbing a tree. The way that it's set up, the hill and the top of what those would be called palisades are about even in height. So you're never going to get advantage to see into the camp anywhere. But yeah. So
is there any sort of signal that we could?
Well, hang on.
They did know that you were traveling together.
Well, yeah, she's gone back. Your ex-girlfriend is back there already, and she's seen us. So,
and I don't know that she would consider herself that, but I'm hoping one day.
I'm throwing it out there. I'm shipping you guys.
Even though they know we're traveling together, I'm still a little nervous about taking all of us into this camp. I have no idea the numbers of orcs that are in there.
It would be nice to have some sort of backup plan in case things don't go the way that we want them to.
I just wonder if
I do have a disguise self spell and the hat. So that could make two of us into orcs. Just throwing it out there. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what's in store for us here.
Well, I definitely don't think Gradduk should go in alone.
No.
How many of us should stay behind, and how many of us should go in?
That's the question.
I mean,
what about?
Yeah.
If two of you go in, you turn one of us into an orc. We'll wait a certain amount of time. If you don't come back out, the third person goes in as an orc.
We give the hat to one of you, and that would allow you
it's to... This spell's an hour, so we go in there. If I'm out an hour, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
If I have the hat's long lasting. I say we go with the hat.
I say go in
use
with
the hat. Yep.
I just.
Well, we could all go in and just say that we're all together.
I mean, I don't know why they would do harm to you. They clearly wanted me.
Yeah, but there's no love lost between Xylonis flock and Aerith here.
Mm-hmm. You maybe put the holy symbol away. Take off the tabard.
Yeah. I could. Yeah.
I mean, they're not not all Minotaurs are with Xylonis flock. So
true.
Just because your Minotaur doesn't
Jesse
mean that they'll know where you're from.
Playing a literal goblin too.
That's right. You're a goblin. I forgot about that. I say we just all go in.
Muted,
I'm going to I'll disguise myself as a orc.
If you want to get technical about it.
I do.
Fuzzy goblin.
All right, let's just go in. Let's see what happens.
I'm gonna do the orc thing. I'm just gonna disguise myself with the hat.
Are we leaving Cremone and Tira back in the woods with the wagon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll do that.
I mean, isn't this right on the trail to anyone coming to their fort?
This is not the direct path.
Okay, so they're not in an easy
right.
Not that you're not going to tell us they won't be discovered, but
right. As long as they stay back, they won't be easily discovered.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous about leaving the wagon alone.
Well, I'm afraid about using too many spell slots because I have mage armor that I could put on one of them. But
Tira says, if you need help, just caw like a crow 3 times, and I'll send Henry in.
That should help.
Oh, it's very sweet of you, Tira.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, isn't there some ability that you're supposed to turn on once a day, Trevor? Like when we first get up. Is it mage armor?
No, I don't have. It's an 8-hour spell. It's mage armor. I can do it for 8 hours, but I could do it pretty much any time. It doesn't take any time to cast, so I can just cast.
Well, it's an action.
Yeah, it's an action. Yeah. But I could do it at any time. If we get in there and it's looking hairy, I could just cast it, right?
Yeah, but they're going to see you casting a spell. Just so you know. Like it's not something you do in secret. Like you'll be standing there making motions and saying words.
Yeah. Okay.
So if Gradduk's going in as a half-orc, Eénsek's going in as an orc, Cam's going in as a.
All right.
Maybe I should stay back with the wagon. It's obviously we want to protect the people, but we've got a lot of important valuables with it as well. Thoughts?
Okay.
As much as I hate to miss the potential fun.
I say they've got to be. They're probably safe. I think we.
Yeah, they're back far enough. They're most likely safe.
We're all going in.
Do something stupid.
Right.
Yeah.
I will cast mage armor on the way up there. I'll do it as a spell slot. So there you go.
All right, I'm leaving my shield inside the wagon.
Gradduk's right. Heading towards the camp.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm putting on my hat to disguise myself as an orc.
Should I leave my longsword in there as well because it's from Sir Orwain, and that would be quite recognizable?
We have the axe, dude. The sword came with the sheath, so
okay.
You don't have to carry it. Out in the open.
Okay.
So.
It's consider it sheathed.
Gradduk continues to head towards the camp. He's about 50 feet ahead of the group at this point.
Slow down, coward of Red Rock.
Don't call me that.
It's a good jest, my friend.
All right. So you guys are approaching the gates to the camp then?
Yep.
And Eénsek disguised himself?
Yes. I'm a tall slender orc. Broad shoulders, long hair.
Okay.
You look like many of the female orcs I saw growing up.
Pretty hot, but I could probably kick your ass. Maybe.
All right. You approach the gates, and the orcs out front take a defensive stance at first, but once they get a good look at Gradduk, their posture relaxes.
I was summoned to come see your leader.
Yes, Gradduk. The coward of Red Rock comes when summoned. I am surprised.
Do not call me that.
We will see if you can earn back your honor. I have my doubts. But with that, sorry, what's that?
I said I don't.
With that, they grab the gates and push them open. It's reminiscent of a kind of a bandit camp, just straw huts and things like that. But they built on the far side of the camp, but a basic longhouse, probably where the chieftain would be. There. Chieftain Rakul waits for you in the longhouse.
All right.
As you guys are walking, more and more orc warriors start coming out of the camp as they hear the conversation. They're all just sneering and looking down. Well, looking up, but looking down on you. Looking up literally, looking down figuratively.
Just kind of give them a wave.
I make eye contact with several of them, snarling as I walk towards the chieftain.
But all in all, a loose head count would be about 30 orcs in this camp. So, as you guys enter the longhouse, the way it's set up is that there's a pit fire that's probably about 10 feet in length that has a roaring fire that's recessed into the floor. You have to walk around the sides of it. There's a throne made of animal bones. There may be a few human bones thrown in there as well. That one of the bigger orcs, he is an orc, not a half giant, but his size is probably comparable to Gradduk's. He looks powerful, and he's sitting on this throne wearing very fine furs that probably at one time were really nice, but due to lack of being cleaned and things like that are beginning to show wear. Standing next to him is a cloaked figure wearing a brown robe that covers, with an oversized hood that covers the face and body of that person standing right next to the chieftain. You see them lean down and whisper something to the chieftain as you enter. To the right is like a large red curtain that is hanging from the ceiling, covering something that two guards stand in front of. And then there's probably another 6 guards lining the walls as you come in.
You summoned me. Let's hear it.
He stands up. When he stands up, you see that he has your hand necklace, but he's tied it around his waist so that the hand is over his genitals. Yes, I did summon you. And I knew you would come.
Well, you've got something of mine, plus I'm ready to clear my name.
Looking to live down the moniker?
Looking to kill the false rumors and accusations.
Well, we'll see about that. I do not take lightly to failure. And he snaps his fingers. When he snaps his fingers, the 2 orcs standing to the side in front of the red curtain pull the curtain, and Barish is hanging on a makeshift X-shaped cross tied to it. It looks like she's had the crud beat out of her. It's probably near death. Even her expression, she doesn't even seem to realize that any of you are there.
You did this to your own daughter?
She failed me. I told her to return with you, and she did not. I do not look kindly upon failures.
You wanted her to get me here. I'm here. So let her down.
Perhaps. My new advisor has brought some things to my attention. So I have summoned you here with a chance to redeem yourself.
Well, we're on a very important mission, but I wanted to clear my name first. And quite frankly, we were going to ask for some assistance in our journey. So let's get on with this so we can put this behind us.
I care not for your mission. I want a sword, and you will bring it to me. If you bring it to me, I will stop the calling of that name in the Coward of Red Rock. I will spread the word to the other orcs that you are redeemed in the eyes of me and my council.
Give me some more information on what this is that you're looking for.
Not far from here is a goblin cave. In the goblin cave, the ruler of those goblins has a sword. A red sword that emits black smoke. Very powerful. I have sent warriors to retrieve the sword. Powerful warriors, and they have not returned. I do not know what powers this sword grants the goblins, but they should not be able to repel my mighty warriors, and he pounds his chest.
What's so special about this sword that you would lose warriors over?
My advisor, my new advisor, and he glances at his daughter, giving you an impression that she was his former advisor, tells me that if I have the sword, I will become unstoppable.
I just lean over to Ferr. I'm like, does that hand look a lot smaller to you now?
I needed a minute to confer with my group.
You may have 1 minute.
Band meeting.
He can't tell time, so you can probably abuse it a little bit.
I want to clear my name, and I definitely need to get his daughter out of that situation. But I don't know about giving him a sword that would make him more powerful than he is already. What do you guys think?
Not to mention that's yet another delay in our quest.
But we've come this far. Sword could help out. I say we take it, see what it's like, and then figure out what to do with it.
If I can negotiate terms and get his daughter to come with us on our journey, she is a fierce warrior. And who knows, by accomplishing
under the
this,
guise of redeeming herself.
Yeah, and if we were to retrieve this sword after he's lost many warriors getting it, who knows, we may have other warriors that would follow us as well.
If I could lay hands on her and hopefully bring her back to be
could.
Yeah,
worthy.
Please don't. Yeah, you are not going to be laying hands on anybody. She's mine.
Well,
Hooves.
she doesn't look like she's in any sort of health to do
You
us.
can
any-
heal her, but you keep your hands away.
She does appear to have been beaten for many days, so it'll probably take her some time to recover enough strength to contribute in combat. But if she's not rescued soon, she will die. You can tell that just by looking at her.
Gradduk, I think that's noble of you, and I think that's a smart idea. So
I don't think there's any other way out of here.
Cam, you've been quiet. What are your thoughts on this situation?
It's because I was muted. No, I wasn't saying anything. It's taken all my restraint not to try to break her free right now. So let's accept it and at least leave and figure out what to do outside the camp.
All right, let me try to negotiate terms. Gradduk turns to talk to the chieftain. I will take you up on your mission, but I've got 2 terms that you must agree to.
Your bargaining posture is highly dubious, but very well.
First, you will let your daughter go, and I will
just stand beside him like this.
I will put her in the care of my travel companions to nurse her back to health. And once I bring your sword back to you, because I will bring it back to you, unlike your failed warriors, anyone that chooses to follow me on the rest of my mission, you will let go with us.
He's thinking. He's thinking about it. Still thinking. He's thinking a little bit more.
Gosh darn it. So the second part about the warriors, if you could just say that again, Curtis, I'd appreciate it.
That when we retrieve the sword and bring it back, any warriors that would choose to follow us into battle, that the chieftain will let them go to follow us.
Follow you over me? Some condition that is. They know I am the mightiest.
You know the battles that I won before Red Rock. You know how fierce I am. Once I've cleared my name, yes, I do believe. Not every warrior that follows you, but I believe that some will follow me.
Well, I am not worried about losing warriors. If the weak want to follow the weak, very well. And as far as my garbage, I do not care. I have many daughters and many sons, and she is the less of them all. Take her, dispose of her as you wish. Cut her down.
Gradduk goes over and helps her. And
okay, yeah, they just cut the ropes on her hands, and she falls. You know.
Yeah, he picks her up and goes to carry her out. We head towards the door.
I just yell out, "The coward of Red Rock will return!"
Gradduk just looks over and gives Eénsek a dirty look.
As you guys are heading out, the advisor that's next to the king pulls his cloak back, and it has a skeletal head underneath. It has mystic symbols drawn in chalk and
we see this
all over its face. Yeah, as you're leaving.
Oh shit!
And it again leans over and whispers something to the chieftain, and the chieftain chuckles. And we'll find out what happens next.
Damn it.
On the next episode of Allegiance Quest. Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This was a good time.
Good.
If you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe. We appreciate that very much. If your friends don't know about it, please try and spread the word. We're having a good time doing this, and the more people it reaches, the happier we'll be about it. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.